Thousands of years ago, in the land of Canaan, lived a man named Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons. Among them all, one son stood apart. His name was Joseph. Joseph was 17 years old. Unlike many of his brothers, Joseph was honest, hard-working, and deeply devoted to God. Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his other sons because Joseph had been born to him in his old age. To show his love, Jacob gave Joseph an extraordinary gift: a beautiful robe made of many colors. It wasn't just clothing. It was a symbol, a sign that Joseph held a special place in his father's heart. But while Jacob smiled, Joseph's brothers burned with jealousy. Every time they saw that colorful robe, their hatred grew stronger. They couldn't even speak to him peacefully. Little did they know, this jealousy would soon change history forever. One night, Joseph had a strange dream. He dreamed that he and his brothers were binding bundles of grain in a field. Suddenly, his bundle stood upright. The bundles belonging to his brothers surrounded it and bowed down before it. The next morning, Joseph eagerly shared his dream. His brothers exploded in anger. "So you think you'll rule over us?" Their hatred deepened. A few days later, Joseph dreamed again. This time, the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowed before him. Even Jacob questioned the dream. Yet, he quietly wondered if it carried a message from God. Joseph didn't understand it yet. Neither did anyone else. But heaven already knew the future. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were tending sheep far from home. As Joseph approached, his colorful robe could be seen from a distance. His brothers looked at one another. "Here comes the dreamer." Anger turned into conspiracy. "Let's kill him." Only Reuben, the oldest brother, stopped them. Instead, they threw Joseph into a dry pit. Joseph cried, he begged, he pleaded, but no one listened. Soon, a caravan of traders passed by. Judah had an idea. Why kill him when we can sell him? For 20 pieces of silver, Joseph was sold into slavery. His own brothers watched as he disappeared into the desert. Meanwhile, they dipped his colorful robe in goat's blood. When Jacob saw it, he believed his beloved son had been killed by a wild animal. His heart broke, but Joseph was still alive, and his journey had only begun. Joseph arrived in Egypt, a foreign land, a strange language, a strange culture, no family, no freedom. He was purchased by Potiphar, captain of Pharaoh's guard. Although Joseph was a slave, he refused to become bitter. He worked faithfully. He honored God. Everything Joseph touched prospered. Potiphar noticed. Soon, Joseph managed the entire household. Nothing happened without Joseph's approval. God was with him. But another trial was coming. Potiphar's wife noticed Joseph. He was handsome, strong, honorable. Day after day, she tried to seduce him. Joseph refused every time. How could I do such a wicked thing against God? One day, she grabbed his cloak. Joseph escaped, but she kept the cloak. When Potiphar returned, she falsely accused Joseph of attacking her, without investigation, without justice. Joseph was thrown into prison. He had done the right thing. Yet, he suffered anyway. Sometimes doing what is right comes with a painful price, even inside prison. Joseph remained faithful. The prison warden trusted him completely. Soon, Joseph was managing the prison itself. Then 2 royal prisoners arrived, Pharaoh's cupbearer and Pharaoh's baker. Both had disturbing dreams. God gave Joseph the interpretation. The cupbearer would be restored. The baker would die. 3 days later, exactly as Joseph said, both dreams came true. Before leaving, Joseph pleaded, "Please remember me." But once the cupbearer returned to Pharaoh, he forgot Joseph. 1 month passed, then another, then another. 2 entire years. Joseph waited, still trusting God. Then everything changed. One night, Pharaoh himself had terrifying dreams. 7 healthy cows, then 7 sickly cows. The sick cows swallowed the healthy ones. Then 7 full heads of grain, followed by 7 thin heads. Again, the thin consumed the full. No magician, no wise man, no priest could explain the dreams. Suddenly, the cupbearer remembered Joseph. There is a Hebrew prisoner. Joseph was immediately brought before Pharaoh. After shaving and changing clothes, he stood before the most powerful ruler on earth. Pharaoh explained his dreams. Joseph answered calmly, "I cannot interpret dreams, but God can." Then Joseph revealed the meaning. 7 years of extraordinary harvest, followed by 7 years of devastating famine. He advised Pharaoh to store grain during the years of abundance. Pharaoh was amazed. He looked at his official. "Can we find anyone like this man?" Immediately, Joseph was appointed governor of Egypt, second only to Pharaoh himself. The prisoner became the ruler in a single day. Only God could write a story like this, exactly as Joseph predicted. The harvest came. Grain overflowed. Joseph stored food in enormous cities. Then, the famine arrived. It spread beyond Egypt. People from every nation came to buy food, including Joseph's own brothers. When they entered Egypt, they bowed before Joseph. The dreams from years earlier had finally come true, but they didn't recognize him. Joseph recognized every one of them. He tested their hearts. Had they changed, or were they still the same jealous men? After several tests, Joseph could no longer hold back his emotions. He sent everyone else out of the room. Then he wept loudly. "I am Joseph." Silence filled the room. His brothers trembled with fear. They expected revenge. Instead, Joseph walked toward them. He embraced them and said words that changed history forever. "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to save many lives. Instead of punishment, He offered forgiveness. Instead of revenge, He gave love. He invited his entire family to live safely in Egypt. The family was reunited. And through Joseph, God preserved the nation that would one day become Israel. Joseph's life teaches us that dreams may take years to come true. Betrayal cannot cancel God's purpose. Prisons cannot stop destiny. Faithfulness is never wasted. And forgiveness is stronger than revenge. The boy who was thrown into a pit became the man who saved nations. Not because life was easy, but because God was with him every step of the way. When people close one door, God can open a palace. Joseph's journey reminds us that our greatest setbacks may become the very path to our greatest purpose. Trust the process, remain faithful, and never underestimate what God can do through a life surrendered to Him.